So this is going to be part 2 on the Homelite UT09520, changing the carburetor out. Getting ready to watch the Alabama-Auburn football game, Roll Tide. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned. We'll get right into it. Thanks. As promised, we're back on this one. So we got the carburetor. It came with some fuel lines, a fuel filter, and 2 gaskets. 2 extra primer bulbs. Those come in handy. So to get this off, you just pop this air filter cover off. You just pick up on it. It pops right off. Pull this little filter out. It's got a seal that seals up the air cleaner cover. Now on this one, it just has a you just put a little foam gasket right in there, and that's all it takes. And then we got 2 8mm bolts right there that come off. Loosen those up. I can smell gas leaking. Yeah, I usually don't like to split this up into 2 videos, but didn't have a choice. So then the air filter cover just slides off. It's all one piece. Now I had put a gasket on the back side just to see if that was going to help, and it did not. Next thing we want to do is loosen up, take these fuel lines off right here. Just be careful with them. They haven't been on there that long, so I'll be able to just pull them off. If not, take you some needle nose or whatever you got and just kind of get them started. You may need to loosen the gas cap up because you're going to have back pressure. You don't want to squirt gas everywhere. Keep in mind which one goes where. In this case, the inside one goes to the inside. And the carburetor is just going to slide right off. Just like that. So. Alright. So we got 2 gaskets here. One's got a big hole, one's got a little hole. So if you're unsure which one goes where, you can notice that this is the side that sits against the engine, and it's got a small hole. So the one with the small hole goes on that side, and the one that's got the big hole goes on the outside toward the air breather. And on this one, you see this little hole right here. You want to line it up with the hole in the gasket there so that it fits just like that. That's going to be on the air breather side, so we're not going to worry about that one right now. And the same thing on this side. So this has got a little hole. See it? It's going to go like that. Now it's important you get that right, because if you notice, see how that's set up right in there? That's where that little hole goes. So we're going to put all that on, and I'll get right back to you. Forgot to tell you, while you're in here, go ahead and check these manifold bolts right here. Make sure they're tight. You don't have any play there. And slide that first gasket on. Now I'm not a particular fan of not having a throttle control, but as far as changing the carburetor, it makes it a lot easier because you don't have to worry about connecting up a throttle cable. So anyway, make sure we get this on here the proper way. Carburetor, Alright. Air intake gasket. Air intake housing. Two 8mm bolts. We got our 8mm back on here. Got it tightened up. Go ahead and put these fuel lines back on. Put our little air filter back in. Now, I saw an interesting thing on the More Medics channel. Make sure this choke flap is not loose. It's not letting any air go by, or you'll have problems on the choke. That was a little interesting video he did. I thought that was cool. Now I'm going to check the primer, make sure we're sucking gas. And we are. Okay, the bulb filled up real nice on it. So we got gas in the primer bulb. Alright. What do you think it's going to crank? What's the odds that it cranks on the first time and it doesn't need any tuning at all? Got to get this seal back in here. Good. Pop this cover back on. Easier said than done. Alright. Now, per the instructions, as you saw in yesterday's video, choke is all the way down on here. It says put it to wide open. It says prime it 10 times or till the bulb's full. It says pull it till it hits a lick, then go to the middle section and pull it and let it run for about 10 seconds and then go wide open with it. Alright, so here we go. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Wow. One pull. That hit a lick. Let's go up to the middle. It seems like it could use a little tuning to wind it out just a little bit more, but let's just see how it does on a restart. That's where I was having problems with. So we got it warm. See? it'll crank up again. Alright guys, so we're going to call that a wrap. So I think that worked. We'll call the customer up and let him see if he wants to come get it. Today's Alabama-Auburn game, so roll tide. It's about to kick off here in about 5 or 6 minutes, so that's going to be it. But so hit that like button. If you hadn't subscribed to my channel, please do so at this time. Thanks. Jungle Bob out.